Russia remains one of the world's most formidable military powers. It holds the largest nuclear arsenals on Earth and large stockpile of tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery. Russia blends traditional force with modern hybrid tactics, combining cyber warfare, disinformation, and paramilitary operations. This doctrine is designed for overwhelming force and strategic unpredictability. But how effective is this force in modern conflicts yet to be proved? Despite sanctions and economic strain, Russia maintains the third-largest military budget globally, estimated at $109 billion in 2024. While this is just 1/8 of the U.S. budget, Russia prioritizes defense, allocating nearly 4.5% of its GDP to the military. Around 45% of its defense budget supports its ground forces, which are central to its doctrine. The Air Force and Aerospace Forces receive 25%, covering aircraft, missiles, and space operations. The Navy accounts for roughly 20%, and the remaining 10% supports cyber, nuclear, and strategic modernization. In terms of manpower, Russia's deploy 1.32 million active duty troops, 2 million in reserve, 250,000 paramilitary forces, including units like the National Guard. Branch-wise, the ground forces field over 550,000 active soldiers. Aerospace forces number around 165,000. Navy operates with 160,000 personnel. The strategic rocket forces, responsible for nuclear deterrence, include 50,000 troops. Russia's manpower strategy emphasizes quantity, strategic depth, and nuclear parity with NATO. Russia maintains the largest tank force in the world, with around 12,000 tanks, although only 2,000 to 3,000 are modern and operational. Supporting armor is a massive inventory of over 16,000 armored personnel carriers and infantry fighting vehicles. Artillery is a cornerstone of Russian doctrine, with over 6,000 self-propelled and towed artillery pieces, and one of the world's largest inventories of multiple rocket launchers, notably the BM-21 Grad, Uragan, and the heavy BM-30 Smerch systems, for long-range saturation bombardment. In terms of manpower, Russia's includes about 550,000 active personnel, with around 250,000 in paramilitary, including the Rosgvardia and Wagner-type contractors. Special forces like Spetsnaz are trained for reconnaissance, sabotage, and asymmetric operations, often deployed behind enemy lines or in political gray zones. Russian Air Force is second largest in the world, operating over 4,200 aircraft, mix of legacy Soviet platforms and newer generation fighters. For air superiority, it fields around 1,500 fighters, including Su-30SM and Su-35S, while the MiG-29 and newer MiG-35 fill multi-role and interception roles. Recently, there has been limited deployment of Su-57 Felon, a stealth fighter, 200 Su-25 Frogfoots, and Su-34 Fullback, a twin-seat strike bomber built for close air support and ground attack. Its rotary wing fleet is one of the largest in the world, over 1,500 helicopters, including Mi-28 Havocs and Ka-52 Alligators attack helicopter, supported by Mi-8 and Mi-17 utility helicopters. 450 trainer aircraft for flight training and operational readiness. For strategic bombing, Russia maintains 42 Tu-95 Bear, 67 Tu-22 M3 Backfire, and 16 Tu-160 Blackjack, all capable of nuclear and conventional missions. Transport capacity includes 520 aircraft, led by the Il-76 and 124, and other logistics platforms that extend Russia's reach across vast distances. In intelligence and electronic warfare, A-50 mainstay AWACS and Il-20 surveillance platforms coordinate air defense and battlefield awareness. Although not directly part of the Air Force, its extensive air defense network, anchored by S-400 and S-300 systems, works in tandem with aerial assets to enforce anti-access zones and protect critical infrastructure. The Russian Navy presence is concentrated in 4 fleets: the Northern Fleet for Arctic operations and nuclear deterrence, Pacific Fleet in the Far East, Baltic Fleet, and Black Sea Fleet, which has played a major role in operations near Ukraine and Syria. Additionally, Russia maintains naval facilities in Tartus, Syria, and Sevastopol, Crimea, enabling a limited but strategic overseas presence. It operates over 283 ships, including 1 aircraft carrier for cruisers and 10 destroyers, mostly Soviet-era, many needing modernization. The flagship Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier is undergoing repairs and has limited operational use. Surface capabilities include 12 frigates, like Admiral Gorshkov-class modern, compact, and versatile, equipped with Caliber cruise missiles capable of striking land targets over 2,000 kilometers away. 83 corvettes, 48 mine warfare ships, 50 offshore patrol vessels, and 17 amphibious assault ships for coastal defense and regional operations. Russia leans heavily on its submarine fleet, especially its nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. Operates 14 SSBNs, including the advanced Boryai class, capable of launching Bulava nuclear missiles. Supported by 44 attack submarines, a mix of nuclear and diesel-powered specializing in stealth, anti-ship warfare, and intelligence gathering. Russia possesses world's largest nuclear arsenal, over 5,800 warheads, around 1,600 of which are actively deployed. Like the U.S., Russia maintains a full nuclear triad. Its land-based arsenal includes over 300 ICBMs, such as the RS-24 Yars and Satan. Its sea leg of the triad is carried by 14 Delta IV and Boryai-class nuclear submarines, armed with Sineva and the newer Bulava SLBMs. These subs patrol under Arctic and Pacific waters for second strike deterrence. Its air leg consists of 2 160 and 2 95 ms bombers, carrying nuclear-tipped cruise missiles like the KH-102. On the conventional side, Russia fields Iskander tactical ballistic missiles, Caliber cruise missiles, and the Kinzhal hypersonic air-launched missile. Russian strength lies in massive missile arsenal, large ground forces, and asymmetric warfare. Its air defense systems, along with hypersonic weapons, give it a powerful edge in long-range missile warfare and anti-access strategies. What sets Russia apart is its investment in next-generation and unique weapon systems. These include the Avangard hypersonic glide vehicle, the nuclear-powered Burevestnik cruise missile, and the Poseidon underwater nuclear drone, unconventional assets designed to bypass traditional defenses. However, the war in Ukraine has exposed serious vulnerabilities. Logistical inefficiency, poor conditioned, and outdated Soviet-era equipment despite having a large defense industry. Sanctions and brain drain in the defense sector further threaten Russia's long-term military innovation. Russia remains a nuclear-armed power with strong regional dominance and strategic deterrence capabilities. Despite challenges, Russia prioritizes military, a core element of its global posture, and leverage it to remain one of the world's most important military actors.